Hello, everybody. How's it going? Hi. I missed everyone. How are we all doing today? I know that the times are changing a little bit, so I'm doing my best. If you all follow me on my Facebook page, it's just under Psychic Medium Kaylee Raterman, same as this one. I always post in the morning what time I'm going to go live, so you guys have a little bit of an idea. I know it can change, and it depends on schedules and craziness and kids' sports and all that fun stuff. So you can always check in the morning, and I will give you an exact time as to when we get to go live. I have some life coaching appointments today that I'm doing and some energy healings. So today's a little bit earlier. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So these are general readings. So they're going to appeal to everyone, people close to you. So this is going to be a general reading, but they usually tie into what's going on in your life. Trust me. So something you're definitely going to want to stay and check out. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Krista. How is everyone? Good morning, Janet. All right, so we are going to talk a little bit about the new energy that's going on in December of 2019 because we just moved in. So first, we'll talk about really quick about what's going on currently with the moon phases, okay? Because I know I like to know about what's going on. I know you guys like to know about what's going on so that you can also kind of see everything as far as what your energies are doing, what you're supposed to be doing, and it kind of helps with manifesting and seeing where we're at. So, good morning, Kim. So what we're doing right now is we're in the waxing crescent phase. Okay, so this phase of the moon that we're currently in is going to be all about working towards our goals. Okay, so we've talked a lot about lately as far as what we want to do. And if you don't know what you're doing, that it's okay. It's a matter of writing stuff down and figuring out where we want to go and what we want to do. Some people already know. Some people have it set out. Other people, it's just like, yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out my path. And that's okay. Totally okay. So right now, as far as like the waxing crescent phase, it's all about call to action. So what are we going to do? What are we going to focus on? What are we going to work on manifesting? Okay. It's a good time to figure out what you need to do to get there. So if your goal is to do A, B, and C by the beginning of next year, then this is that time to like make your list if you're a type A personality, or even if you're not, if you're, very much fly by the seat of your pants person, it's still a good time to figure out what all you need to do to have a plan, to set your goals, all that exciting stuff. So, positivity and faith in what you need and what you need to do is going to be really important too. Leaning on your angels and your spirit guides and asking for help and asking for assistance is all okay to do. And I want that to be something that everyone really works towards this year and works on asking for help, because I know that that's something that is really hard for everyone to do. Good morning. So this year, if out of everything that you do or everything that you manifest, aside from specific goals that you have in mind, one that I would suggest you setting for yourself, or me helping set something for you, would be to, one, communicate with your spirit guides, whether or not you know if they're hearing you, they are. But even if you don't know and you're not sure, still communicate, okay? And then the other one is asking for help, whether it's from your angels, from your spirit guides, from friends around you. the hardest thing we can do is put ourselves out there and ask other people to help us with things. So put that on your goal list. Get yourself a little journal, okay? Get something that you can write in. Mine says, fearlessly be yourself. That way, like when you're working on manifesting or what you want to do or what your goals are, you just want to it's just got blank sheets of paper in it, just like that. So you're able to just kind of write down your goals and where you're going and what you want to manifest. I use it to write down like notes. I use mine when I do readings because I have a lot of things that come through that kind of scribble out, or people have me draw certain things of houses or rooms or crazy stuff like that sometimes. So it's all about something that you can kind of keep together. Journaling is going to be really big too. So I know everyone always has really good intentions of starting those or meaning to write stuff down, but it doesn't always happen. So that would be a really good thing, I would say, would be a good start. So as we move into December, so this is going to be a big thing for the energies in December of 2019. We are coming to the end of a 4-year cycle. So we went from 2016 to 2020, okay? Beginning at the beginning end of a 4-year cycle. We also just finished, this is the end of a 7-year cycle. And how things go. And if you look back 7 years from now and where you're at now, and if you look back 4 years from now and where you're at now, this last 4-year cycle was a big growth period for you. Okay. It was a time of really bringing everything together as far as who you are. It was a lot about finding out more about yourself and more about who you are, being comfortable with who you are, and setting like specific, almost standards, I would say. So, a big thing that's happening right now that I wanted to take time to talk about, and not everyone always understands, is ascension or growing spiritually. Some of you are going to be getting heightened intuition, okay? Or, just like that feeling in your stomach that you feel like things are changing, or they're supposed to change. You're just figuring out which way to go or move with the flow. Some of you are actually going to be getting specific visions of things that are going to be happening. So in general, in the year 2020, so the next month coming up, everybody's going to be growing a lot. Intuition wise, if you already have like really good spot on intuition, your psychic gifts are going to grow. So this can be a phase that can be very confusing, sometimes a little unnerving just because you're not expecting it. So be prepared for that intuition to kind of kick in. It can be really exciting too. Those of you that are healers, those of you that work with other people, even doctors and nurses and people in the medical field are healers. It doesn't necessarily have to do with energy healing like I do. This is all something that's going to be heightened as far as intuition, as far as gut feelings, as far as everything really just starting to open up. People are going to be, in general, very aware of surroundings, feelings, intentions in general. Those of you that are already very sensitive to people's energies and sensitive to intuition, or you just kind of, you feel like you get intuition or you get those gut feelings, but you're not 100% trusting them, that would be a really good goal to set down, is trusting that gut feeling more, trusting that intuition. Like, I'm supposed to go to A, B, or C tonight, and, like something is just telling me that it's off and I probably shouldn't go. You need to trust that feeling. You're getting those for a reason. So try to learn to focus on those feelings that you get, because you're getting information. You're starting to open up more, especially as we do these energy healings and energy transfers and all this stuff that's coming up. It's because they're sending it to almost prepare us for this big awakening that's happening. Okay, more people becoming aware of energies around them, of feelings. People that are very empathic are going to be even more impacted by feelings, energy, emotion around them. So that can be a time where you're really going to want to close off and keep yourself further away from people, because everything's going to get super intense. But that's not always the best decision to do, because you don't want to close yourself off completely. You want to be a little more open to it, but remember to put that protective bubble around you and to be able to only take in as much energy as you can take in. Remember, as empaths, you cannot take on the world's problems yourself, even though you feel it, and you feel it deeply, and you feel it emotionally, and you feel it even just reading these stories online. You have to remember that you can only do so much as one person. You can't help every single person and everyone. So pick specific things that you can do that makes you feel like you're making a difference or you're helping in some way. But it's going to get very intense. So especially with the empaths, grounding is going to be huge. Grounding yourself, making sure that the energy you're taking in, you're sending back into Mother Earth, and you're really focusing on releasing the extra energy that isn't yours and recycling that. Okay, so that's not something you want to take in and then just hang on to it and, like carry it around with you throughout the rest of the day, because that's a lot of weight on your shoulders that you don't need to carry around. You just have to kind of learn how to twist it and use it in other ways by helping people, or by doing things for yourself too. You got to remember that doing stuff for yourself and self-love and self-care, like we've talked about, is really important for you, because then you can give more for others, especially when you're feeling good about yourself and feeling confident. It's going to help your family. It's going to help your partner. It's going to help your kids. It's going to help everyone around you. So that's going to be the big energy. So you got to remember that with all these big changes coming energetically in 2020, the end of December, or this whole month, the end of the year, is all going to bring about conclusion to everything we've been working on the last 4 years. So finish out your goals and manifesting as to this new start and this new year that's coming, because it's going to be so important to be able to close the door on the past. Literally remembering to forgive what you no longer need to hold on to, and be able to release that, so you're able to set new goals and set new exciting adventures for you coming up, as opposed to sitting in hurt and anger that you don't need to carry along with you. And that's really important. And one thing that I always like to tell people too, forgiving someone does not mean you have to hang out with them. Okay. When you forgive someone, what you're doing is you're releasing pain and hurt that you're carrying around. It does not mean that you go call the person and go out to lunch and hang out. It's a matter of, I forgive you. You hurt me. You did this to me, but I'm not going to let that hold me back anymore. I'm going to live my life, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to be able to push forward from that. But that does not mean that this person is automatically back in your life. It's just a measure of you being able to release what you're carrying around, so that it's not sitting on your shoulders with you every day. Does that make sense? So that's a little bit where we're going for the energies. So remember that this month, we want to work on releasing what we don't want to carry with us into next year. If you have goals set of moving stuff out of your life, whether it's emotionally, whether it's physically, whether it's a humongous change that you're making career-wise, relationship-wise. This is the time to bring everything together and bring it all to head so that you can start over fresh with a new year, because so much is coming in the next 4 years as far as energy-wise and manifesting and goals that you've set for yourself over the last 4, that it's going to be a big, big change energetically. So you want to be prepared for that. And you don't want to say like, I wish I would have done A, B, and C, and now I'm trying to work on that this year instead of having everything like pulled together and in the right place. So, and especially that's, you know, you got to remember, we talked last week about releasing old energy and removing clutter, whether it was clutter physically we were having in our house and cleaning stuff out and rearranging and making it feel good, or whether it was clutter from what we're carrying around emotionally. So baggage, relationships that are no longer serving you, whether it's friends, whether it's a partnership, whether it's a marriage. If it's not serving you, or you're being hurt, or you're feeling stuck, this is the time to make those decisions, okay? But try to remain positive. Remember that everything is happening for a reason. Everything's happening for a reason. Sometimes we just don't know it until we actually get there. All right. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. If you have any questions regarding like the general reading, please let me know. But I'm not doing individual ones today, guys. This is just general readings for everyone. All right. So what do we need to know about the end of the year this year? What do we need to know about December 2019 for all signs forecast? I'm asking my angels and spirit guides to step in and help us. What do we need to know for the conclusion of the year? December, woo, there goes one, 2019. What do we need to know about the end of this year? We've got all kinds of cards popping out today, guys. All right, there's another one. Ooh, that's awesome. I'm going to pick up this one that flew out here. So what's very interesting, the one that flew out, we got change. Okay, so we all know that there's something that we want to change, something that we want differently, whether it's relationship, whether it's career, whether it's where we're going, where we're living. Okay, what change is it that you need to make that's going to set you towards your goals or where you want to be right now? If it has to do with a relationship, that resonates with you there, okay? If it has to do with career, that resonates with you there. If it has to do with your home life, where you're living, you know what this is focused towards. This is what they want you to set your goals at for the end of this year. Make the change that you are pushing yourself to make, okay? Don't be afraid. The second card that popped up is the fortune cookie or fortunist. So if you make these changes, you are going to benefit from them. Some of you, this has to do with financial. It has to do with comfortability. It has to do with abundance, okay? For those of you that are questioning whether or not you should make these changes or make these jumps in your life. Others of you, this is going to have to do with abundance and love. This is going to have to do with abundance in relationship, abundance in friendship around you. So this is really specific to specific people that you're connecting with. Let's pull a couple more and see. What else do we need to know about the change that is coming this month of December 2019 as we end the year? What do we need to know about this change? Patience. Oh, goody. My favorite word, guys. Patience and messages. All right. So listen to the messages that you're getting. Listen to, here's my patience that popped up. It's literally like the old school, slow sand dripping. And this is kind of how you feel, right? When you're waiting for everything to come to you and everything you've been manifesting. Sometimes things we manifest, they're going to change. Sometimes the way things turn out, or the way things we feel like we want them to turn out, have a complete change of direction because that wasn't the path we were meant to take. And so our guides are really good about stepping in and saying, okay, I know you want to go this way, but I'm going to veer you towards this way because this is going to be the path that's going to be most successful for you, whether it's in your relationship or in your career or as far as your self-esteem. Okay, so be okay with the change, even if it's not 100% where you felt like you were meant to go. And that's really important because sometimes what we think is best for us, and sometimes what we think we're meant to do, there's something that's just tweaked a little bit better and a little bit differently that they're going to veer us off in, and it's okay to go with that. Those of you that have a very hard time with change and don't like change, you're going to struggle with this one, okay? Especially towards the end of the year, because change is hard. Change is hard for a lot of people. I'm one of those rare random people that like change. I change my house often. I change my furniture around. I'll change like decor and stuff because I feel like it always keeps it new and fresh and exciting. And it also changes like the energy of your space. But there are a lot of people that do not like change and like to have things, a certain way, in a specific way, and that's okay. But remember that when things are changing out of your control, they're meant to. And they're meant to take you on that path that you're supposed to go to. So if you're one of those people that's been sitting here going, I don't like change and I don't want anything to change, but I don't know what my life's purpose is and I don't know what my guides are trying to tell me, take that as your message that this is what they're trying to tell you. And that even though you're being forced to make these changes, it's going to be for the best. Okay. And it's going to be for a positive outcome, if that makes sense. Okay. Those are really cool cards for December. Remember, this is a general reading. So if this resonates with you, you were meant to hear it. If this resonates with someone that you're close to, a best friend, a loved one, a family member, please share it with them so that they can hear it and they can get some peace in their heart too. And as usual, I appreciate your guys' subscriptions and likes and comments and shares so much. You guys are the reason I get on here and do this every day. It means so much to me. So thank you guys so much. Okay, let's do our moon cards to see the emotion tied with December. How are you guys going to feel about December 2019? I know some of you are already like, I don't like change. But some of you are like, yes, please, I've been waiting for change. When is it going to happen? I know there's both in here. Okay. So what are we going to be experiencing emotion-wise in December 2019? What are we going to be experiencing emotion-wise December 2019? Shauna, is this resonating with you? In HB, all I see is initials there. Hopefully you're getting some good messages. Thank you guys for jumping in here. What do our angels and spirit guides want us to know about our emotions coming December 2019? We're going to take that guy because it popped out. The answers you need are coming. Okay. And this is a full moon in Gemini. So this means the answers that you need are coming within the full moon, which is going to be next week. So whatever you're looking for, as far as your questions you're having, where you need to go, what path you're going to be on, whatever resonates with you, you're going to be getting the answers you're looking for. The other one we got with the new moon in Scorpio is work on your fears or work through your fears. Okay. So whatever it is that's holding you back and feeling like, yeah, I can't do this, or I know I need to make the change, but I can't do it. How am I going to do it financially? How am I going to do it with children? How am I going to do it by myself? You can do it. And your guides would not push you in that direction if it wasn't meant for you to be there. Okay. So just It's the hardest part, is learning how to trust your intuition and trust your guides, or even learning what your intuition is. I think we've talked about it in the past that sometimes some people feel it through their stomach. Some people feel it through anxiety. Some people feel it through heart emotion. It's very different for everyone. Some people literally hear their guides in their ears. For those of you lucky few that do, not everyone actually gets to specifically hear them. That's very rare. So if you don't hear your guides, you're not doing anything wrong. It's very individualized for everyone. All right, so we'll do our last cards today. We're going to do our angel deck to see what our angels and guides want us to know for the conclusion for December 2019. So what does our final thoughts, feelings, actions, what do we need to focus on for the end of this year? I cannot believe it's December, by the way. I'm super excited for this new year. It's going to be very strong energy, very heavy energy. And I think that's why these energy transfers we've been doing the last couple weeks have been so intense, is to get us prepared for everything that's coming and all the changes. And someone's moving into a new house that's in here. That's awesome. I'm hoping that's going to be me this year, like within the next couple months. You guys can help me to manifest it, right? Okay. So it says, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. Okay. This goes all the way back to being able to trust your gut, trust your feelings, and whether or not people are trying to sway you or turn you in different directions or talk you out of things that you feel in your gut is right. Trust what you're getting. Okay. Trust what you feel, because you're moving in that direction for a reason. And we all know that now December 2019, the end of the month, is going to be a big month for change. It's going to put us out of our comfort zone. It's going to make some of us feel uncomfortable. It's going to make some of us feel excited about the new possibilities. So we just need to go with the flow as much as we can, as hard as that's going to be. So we're going to do a quick energy blast transfer here. This is just going to be a quick one. I'm going to write down the time so that I know what it is. 27:20 for energy healing. Okay. So the energy blast that's coming through today is all about preparing you for the change that's coming. You're going to get a lot of energy from it too. So those of you that are tired or have been worn down, welcome to the energy that you're going to have. And if you don't want the energy healing, you're more than welcome to hop off now. If you stay here and watch it, I'm going to assume that you are accepting it and want the energy healing. You can always come back and watch it later as well. Please do not do them while you're driving. I always feel like an airline stewardess when I'm doing this part. Please keep your hands and legs in the vehicle at all times. I don't want anyone to get tired while they're driving, because sometimes it can just relax you so much that it's like, oh, don't do that while you're driving. Okay. So if everyone's ready, please give me a thumbs up or a yes, I'm ready, or a hey, or whatever. And we'll go ahead and get started. Go ahead and get in a comfortable seated position. You guys know me by now. I can't speak much. And we will go ahead and get started. I see some readies. Good morning, Tiffany. This is the first time I've seen your comment on here. Kim's ready, Cindy's ready, Janet's ready. All right. All right, guys, go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. I'm going to start by counting backwards from 10 to 1. As we get closer to 1, the energy is going to increase more and more, and I'm going to be sending it through your crown chakra. Remember, this is going to be a big blast of energy today, so anything you need to get done will be a wonderful day for it. And here we go. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sending energy now through your crown chakra. Continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Continue to take a deep breath. This is a strong energy wave. All right. All right, how do you guys feel? Hopefully everything felt great. Get a big energy blast today. Thank you guys. Okay, so I'm going to hop off here. Thank you guys so much for all your subscribes and your comments and your likes. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you felt that. That was a strong energy wave. So remember, when you go to bed tonight, it will continue to work. It will continue to work your way through you, and it's going to get you ready for everything that's coming, all the change, all the craziness, and get you prepared for what's to come in 2020. All right, guys, I love you all so much. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you soon. We'll see ya.